In the early days, and unlike now, F1 seasons could have as little as 6 races, and 8 was an acceptable number. The winners were from very different countries from the one we see now, with Italy and Argentina being the two most prominent, but the UK started gaining momentum in the late 50s. By 1957, F1 would have their first 5-time champion with Fangio, a record that would take 46 years to be broken by Schumacher. That was also Fangio's age when he won his last championship, 46. It wasn't uncommon to see wins split between the drivers, with podiums making all the difference like in the 1961 season. Soon enough, English-speaking countries started being more and more prominent, with the likes of Stirling Moss, Jack Brabham and Jim Clark climbing up and cementing themselves in the top 5, with Clark eventually taking the lead with 25 victories. Coming into the 70s, we saw the rise of Jackie Stewart to the top spot, and for the first time in a long while, a South American driver in Emo Fittipaldi was in the top 10 by 1973. Another comeback was that of the European countries, with a bit of a push from Jackie X and a jumpstart from Niki Lauda. The battle for the 1976 season was one immortalized by a fiery crash and a Hollywood movie in late 2013. Mario Andretti would wave the US flag at the top when he won the 1978 title, with Jody Scheckter becoming the first Jewish champion the following year. Nelson Piquet would be the last champion for Brabham, winning titles in 1981 and 1983, with the 1982 title going to Keke Rosberg, who won only a single race that year. The rise of the French flag is all due to Alain Prost, who took the fight to Niki Lauda and Ayrton Senna through his Formula 1 career to take the record for most wins, only to be challenged by his former McLaren teammate from 1991 on, when Prost was forced to take the year off by Ferrari, but came back swinging on 1992 with Williams, taking a total of 4 championships. Here is where we start seeing someone rise from the bottom, that is Schumacher, who in his battles with Hill and Villeneuve on Williams, and right after Mika Häkkinen on McLaren, rose to the top with his 5 consecutive titles between 2000 and 2004, marking the most dominant spell for a driver and constructor Formula 1 had seen up until then. 2005 saw the Spanish flag rise from the bottom, as the Ferrari dominance ended on the hands of Fernando Alonso, with Kimi Räikkönen not far behind on his McLaren, and later on, Ferrari. 2009 was a mixed season that saw Button crowned champion, while from 2010 to 2013, Vettel and Red Bull just dominated the sport, only to be challenged by Alonso. Once the turbo hybrid era of 2014 started, another meteoric rise took place, that of Hamilton, who was only rivaled in 2016 by Rosberg on his way to becoming a 7-time champion and beating the overall record of 91 wins set by Schumacher on his Ferrari days. The only challenge after that was from a man coming from below. Max Verstappen took the 2021 title right before the change in regulations of 2022. Now the field is reset. Who will be the next driver to show up or move on this list?